What is going on, guys? It is Trader Cause, and due to popular demand, I've decided to record a video today, keep it around 15 minutes. Seems like more people wanted that today, and we'll do a stream again on Tuesday. Still trying to sprinkle in some of these for people that have a little less time, but still want to be able to tune into the streams. So, if you guys missed the stream on Tuesday, I streamed with Spaceman BTC, and we talked about a bunch of his indicators, like the market profile or these levels like this, and his footprint charts. So be sure to check that out. That was a really solid episode, and I think a lot of people enjoyed it. And as always, shout out to the sponsors of this video, Zort and Bybit. The Zort account is up about 6% right now. So although Bitcoin and Ethereum are down quite a bit, it's holding up decently well. I think it's about 30 or 40% in USD at the moment. So we will continue to update that. But for now, we'll keep this shorter, jump right into the analysis. So if you guys remember for the stream, this was definitely the area where we wanted to start to be cautious. We had two big resistance levels here. If you look at the weekly, this level right there is pretty strong resistance. And so this is where we wanted to proceed with caution, not enter new longs. I personally had been selling spot between 48 and 49 for the most part, little above 49, right around this weekly SR level. And then we were looking for a short, and the reasoning behind that was this daily candle right here. So we swept the high into the daily candle, had some lower time frame break in structure here with this breakdown after we broke this set of lows. So this was our break in structure, and then we wanted to sell the retest. When we were streaming, excuse me, I think we were right around like here, somewhere in this time period, and we were looking for that bounce up towards weekly SR, weekly open, and also Monday's low. If I throw Monday's range back on here, I don't have it on there all the time right now because Monday's low lines up really well with the weekly SR, and then I kind of just know that this high right here is Monday's high, but there's Monday's range. So all the confluence was basically this weekly SR, the weekly open, and Monday's range. And I was just watching this as it grinded higher. I thought about shorting here and here, but the reason I waited was because I wanted to wait to see what happened at the daily open. So then the daily open was right here. We got the pump off the open and the rejection, and I entered right here. And as you guys know, if you watch the streams a lot, I frequently say we fade moves off the daily open. And so when we put in these candles immediately up into the weekly open, taking out this high, I was like, all right, this is my short opportunity. I decided to take it with a tighter stop right above that high. I think it was actually 49.4, but whatever. I don't draw it completely. Like, it's off by $7, but you get the idea. Just wanted my stop loss above that high, and then things escalated pretty quickly from there. It's not always that it plays out like that, but it worked out well this time. And now we're kind of waiting and seeing to see how deep this goes. So we do have this little cluster of support here, and that's kind of where we are bouncing at the moment. If this does kind of break out of this lower time frame range, I might close a little bit and then look to add if it bounces up towards here, and then I'd look for it to roll over again. I do think that these equal lows and also this previous Monday's low are just really nice magnets for price. So I would like to be able to hold this trade all the way to around 43, high 42K. This is a target. This is a target. We talked about that on stream. I think it is possible. It would go even deeper than that, but I don't think that's worth talking about quite yet because we're not even at the first target. So we'll leave that excuse me, we'll leave that long conversation for a later date. But for now, those are still the main targets. I haven't closed any of this trade yet. I kind of just want to see what happens. If we look at this SR level with just a line, basically the resistance here, support right there when it bounced, and now it does look like we are underneath that. But we'll see what happens. It could still bounce up a little higher and then roll over. I haven't moved my stop loss yet because there really is no lower high in this entire region. Like if it did something like this and then bounced and then broke down, I would probably have my stop loss moved into profit. But here, I don't really have a new invalidation quite yet. If I really wanted to play it aggressively, I could put my stop loss here and maybe get stopped out in profit and then look to sell a bounce. But for now, I'm just leaving things as is, letting the market play out and do its thing. If we go to the daily, I don't want to sugarcoat it, but this does look a little toppy still. And we've been talking about the daily bearish div on Twitter quite a bit. Well, I talked about it with CBS, who is kind of the div expert, I would say. And it kind of looks like this is starting to play out, right? So higher highs, lower highs, and now it looks like the RSI is breaking down after it couldn't continue pushing up. So we'll see what happens there. And once again, if you want to learn more about RSI and trading divs, I'm not the person to do that from. It would be CBS. So check him out on Twitter if you're interested. But that's pretty much it for Bitcoin right now. I'm just looking for that next leg down whenever that happens. As far as Ethereum goes, we are up against this daily resistance. We have support not too far away, around 3,000. And differently from Bitcoin, how it kept trending up since the beginning of August, or since the first week of August, Ethereum has kind of just been consolidating in the same region. But this offered a pretty nice short. Man, I just have this lingering cough still from COVID, so it's kind of annoying, but I hope it doesn't annoy you guys too much. We swept this high into daily supply and kind of broke down from there. If Ethereum breaks below 3,000, I think we're going to see a bit more of a pullback. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. If Bitcoin does go to 42, then I feel like it is likely that at least that this level breaks down. Let me clone this, put one right here, because I think this is the support like region. If I didn't draw it with one line, I think that's the overall region where you want to be bullish when we're above that. So if we are right and things do continue to pull back more, maybe we get something like this, consolidate, and then as soon as it breaks back above this SR, we now have a new invalidation here. That should be our higher low, and we look to ride this up. So that's kind of the higher time frame opportunity I'm looking at with Ethereum. And then lastly, I wanted to touch on AVAX. This is a super clear weekly support at like 39-ish, 39.40, just that overall region. Sure, this weekly doesn't look great, but we still have a few days left. If we zoom into the daily, you can kind of see that this general region is just major support, right? This was resistance 3 times before it nuked, breaks through. We would look to, we want to see it hold on the retest there. So it's coming into a really important level. I have that marked as this massive weekly SR, which to be specific is right here. And then, yeah, capped price here, here, and then the weekly candles respected it here on a closing basis as well. We've got a pretty nice lower time frame range that we're working with here. You can see really good mid-range interaction there, held to support, price stalled here, and then resistance once again there. So I would really love to see this do one of our classic range sweep patterns right into that weekly SR. That would be a omega long signal for me on AVAX. And you're probably wondering, like, if I'm bearish on BTC and still short, why would I look for longs on AVAX? And the answer is because this has so much momentum, because it's on a massive weekly SR level, I'm still going to trade the setup no matter what. And all Bitcoin has to do, like, maybe it just consolidates here for like a week. Well, maybe not that tight of a range, but maybe Bitcoin just consolidates here for a while. And if it does that, it would give AVAX and other alts plenty of time to just keep ripping. You know, like Bitcoin was consolidating in this period of time between August 7th and August 19th. If we look here, August 7th, it's right there, to August 19th. Oh man, that was tough. It's basically this region right here. AVAX didn't care. Like, Bitcoin was just chilling, and this was able to rip. So I'm still going to trade this setup if it gives the opportunity, because I know if Bitcoin just consolidates or even does like a grind up like this, I think there's a good chance that we see more upside from AVAX. And zooming out again, like, we'd potentially be trading from 40 to 60, which is like a 50% gain. So, right, this obvious weekly SR, and then 60 is pretty obviously resistance, and now we have these like equal highs at the all-time high. So this has obviously ran up a ton. We would have rather bought it down here, but you kind of gotta take the opportunities that the market gives, and as long as this does hold above 40, I think there is a good chance that we see another move up to 60, and like I said, that would be a great return on your investment. So plans laid out for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and AVAX. Those are kind of the three main things I'm watching right now. We'll see what Bitcoin does. I kind of expect it to bounce a little bit to maybe 48K before coming down for another leg, but we'll see what happens. If it flips this level, I will actually close probably 25 or 50% of it, just to lock in some of that profit and then look to add later on in the bounce. So I hope that video is helpful. If it is, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will talk to you guys soon, and I will keep you updated on Twitter and Telegram as much as I can as well. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.